you as well, but this realization is coming further away as well. Like what I'm sensing is that, to be honest, this person doesn't fully understand your potential. And on top of that, they feel you can actually outsmart them. This is one of their problems, in fact. Like this person feels threatened by your energy. Now, there's someone in your life who cares about you deeply, but a part of them has become intensely unsettled by the feeling that you see through them more clearly than they can handle. Make them even more curious about yourself by actually trying to debate things with this person, trying to ask them what problem do they have. And what is happening actually also inside this person now is not just attraction, confusion, or emotional tension. It is the uncomfortable realization that around you, they do not feel as in control as they want to feel. Because the moment they started sensing that you could read between their words, something in them tightened. So this person feels like you can outsmart them for this reason. What they tried to keep hidden started feeling exposed. So it's like you're looking at this person and you can feel their thoughts. You can sense what they think about. They feel too seen, too understood, you see. Now, definitely what they thought they could manage with pride, because there's a lot of stubbornness, a lot of pride, a lot of ego, it just started slipping out of their hands. And instead of feeling powerful in this connection, they began feeling like you were one step ahead of them emotionally, mentally, and intuitively also. Now, in the next few minutes, I'll show you why this person secretly feels inferior to you in ways they don't want to admit, how old childhood wounds shaped the way they react when they feel emotionally outmatched, what changed in your energy that made them start seeing you as sharper, stronger, in like harder to control, you see, and how this is now affecting their pride, emotions, and more importantly, to the way they are acting as well, because this is also something that the way they are acting towards you. And also, in the end, I will reveal their actions at the same time. Now, let's look at this. If this message also found you today, it usually means that there's been a quiet power shift between you and this person. You may have stopped over explaining yourself. You may have pulled your energy back and started observing more than reacting. Or something inside you simply decided that you were no longer going to make yourself smaller in front of this person just to keep someone else comfortable. So, what we're looking at in today's live stream is about this person that has feelings for you, but they feel you can outsmart them. If you feel you resonate with this, please drop a comment in the section here and say, I am divine or I attract. Now, that change in his energy did something to them, to him, yeah? Because the truth is, this person does not feel completely at ease around your energy. So their distance is not confidence, their distance is not emotional stability. And the reason for that is because, on some level, they feel that you understand them too well, that they feel that you know too much about them, honestly. So, first, align with my energy by tapping on this card and leave your amen in the comments, and now pay attention to this. Why they secretly feel inferior to you. But before I explain why they're feeling this way, there is something happening in their mind right now that you need to understand, because ever since this shift happened between you, one particular thought has been echoing inside them again and again. And the reason that thought keeps returning is directly connected to the moment they realized they do not feel emotionally superior to you the way they once believed. So let me show you what is actually making them feel so off balance. Before that, please press the like button, so that we continue with this reading and you're aligning with my energy. Now, what is making this person feel this way? First of all, it's not just your absence or your change in energy, is the fact that you no longer seem easy for them to predict, okay? So you stopped responding from the same emotional place, you stopped making everything obvious, and when that happened, they started feeling something that hits directly their ego, literally. There's a sense of inferiority. Not because you humiliated them, but because your energy began carrying more self possession, more awareness, and more restrained than they expected from you. You see, you grew, you evolved, you have a different vibration compared to this person. And this is when the thoughts started repeating in their mind. How do they always seem to understand more than I say this person thought, this person they have feelings for was thinking? Because when someone feels like they can no longer stay ahead of the emotional dynamic, it really unsettles them deeply. Like your calm, your timing, the way you stop needing their validation. And now those things are making them question their own position in this connection. Now, of course, but the real root of this runs much deeper than the present moment, because this reaction did not begin with you. It began long before this connection even formed. And the strange part is that what you triggered in them was not just insecurity, it was an old wound they have been carrying for a very long time, something buried, something they usually cover with pride or control or emotional distance. Because in the moment they started feeling mentally and emotionally outmatched by you, something older came to surface. And once that happened, they could not keep responding from the same place anymore. So let's talk about how this person's childhood trauma, the person that you have feelings for, how their childhood trauma shaped this exact reaction from them feeling more inferior compared to you as well. Now, the reason this affects them so strongly is because part of them learned very early in life that feeling small was dangerous. At some point in their childhood, they were made to feel overlooked, corrected too harshly, compared too often, or even emotionally dismissed when they were vulnerable. I feel this also happened to them as well. So this person adapted. They build an identity around appearing very strong, appearing unbothered in their energy, like the one who always understands the game first. And this is why this person has this ego and stubbornness around your energy. So over time, this became one of the ways they started to protect themselves from ever feeling powerless again, you see. But around you, that protection has started cracking because your energy does not chase this person's approval. It doesn't panic to keep their attention. It doesn't hand them easy control. And that steers something old inside them very quickly, because when they feel that you can read motives, notice patterns, and stay composed while they are trying to protect their image, it touches the exact part of them that once felt less than, you see? So they may not even fully understand it themselves, they just know that around you, something in them feels unsettled. And something feels changed and something feels seen. And this is why this is no longer just about chemistry between you and this person that you have feelings for. It is about pressing on an old wound tied to pride, intelligence, words, and the fear of not messing and not measuring things up as well. So make sure you save this video for later and you comment amen as well to align with my energy. But the most important shift in this situation is not only that old pain that has been activated in this person's energy, in the person that you love, it is what you did as well, without even forcing it, that made them start seeing you as smarter, stronger, and more important than they were prepared for. Now, because once someone begins to feel that your presence has more depth than they assumed, their whole attitude starts changing. And what changed here is very specific. It was not loud, dramatic, or in any other way. It was just like a subtle change in the way you carried yourself. And that change made this person realize they might not be leading this dynamic. That the way they thought they were and the way they thought you were is completely different. Now, let's look at what you did to make this person that you have feelings for, like, feel inferior to you, and what hits them so hard. Like, what made them start feeling this way was the moment you stopped proving yourself and you started standing your ground, my lovely. This is literally the moment. Like, you became less reactive, less available for emotional games, less willing to explain what should already be understood, right? And when they noticed that, it really altered the entire connection for them, because your energy started signaling something they could not ignore, that you're perceptive, that you're not easily manipulated, and that you notice far more than you say. Now, you may have become quieter as well, and or responded them with a bit more detachment. I'm sensing you started protecting your standards, because for the first time they started feeling like you were not only emotionally important, you were mentally ahead of them, and like you could sense the hidden tension beneath this person's behavior, almost like you could recognize their inconsistencies as well without needing to confront every one of them. So, what we're looking at here is why the person you love is feeling like more, like is feeling less than you, why this person is feeling like they feel that you can outsmart them. So this situation changed how they experience you completely, seeing the way you are, how strong, how powerful you are. The thing is, now you do not just affect their heart, you affect their pride, you affect their self image, you affect the role they thought they held in this particular dynamic. Now, if you feel drawn to my energy, feel free to join my membership in order to get a free reading and to be part of my VIP psychic circle as well, to receive insights from the spirit energy. But before this reading ends, there is one more thing that matters more than everything we talked about so far, because feeling inferior, triggered, and emotionally exposed is only one part of the story. The real question is how all of this is affecting them now. Because when someone feels that the person they love can outsmart them, see through them, and no longer revolve around their ego, it creates a lot of pressure. Identity pressure, first of all, this person feels. Now they begin questioning things deep as an energy as well, questioning how they're perceived, guessing what they say. They begin feeling torn between wanting closeness and wanting to protect themselves from feeling so weak. And right now, this person is standing in that exact emotional conflict, in what they're considering doing next reveals just how deeply this has gotten inside them. So let's look at the action they're now taking and thinking about taking as well. Now, the action they're considering is trying to regain some kind of control over the connection with you, first of all, by reaching out to you in a more intentional way than before, like breaking the distance, but doing it carefully, testing the energy carefully as well, trying to reopen contact without fully admitting how affected they really are. Because once someone feels that you may be emotionally and mentally ahead of them, silence starts feeling very risky for them. So they begin worrying that if they wait too long, they will lose the chance to shift the dynamic at all. Now, this person is thinking about creating an opening, starting a conversation, sending a message maybe that would sound quite like casual on the surface, but with a lot of meaning underneath. Finding a reason to step back into your space and see whether they still have access to you. Not because they suddenly became fully secure, but because what this is doing to them internally is becoming harder to sit with. So they don't feel like they don't like, feeling outmatched or not, or feeling seen so clearly as well. And they do not like the possibility that you may continue rising in your power while they stay frozen in that pride they are having, because now they understand something they were not ready to accept before. And this is not just love making them uncomfortable. Yeah, is the feeling you have grown beyond the version of you that they thought they could read easily. And the moment someone realizes that the person they love may be wiser, calmer, less controllable than they assumed, the urge to re enter the connection, which usually begins to start growing. Now, of course, before you go, I want to invite you to share something with me as well. Like, every situation is different at the end of the day. And I always find it very interesting to hear how these energies are playing out in your life. If this message resonates with you, tell me your story in the comments and tell me what's happening between you and this person. I read all your comments and I do my best to reply to as many as I can. Now that you understand why they feel inferior to you, how their childhood wounds shaped this reaction, and what shifted in your energy as well, the next question is, what are they still hiding behind their pride energy? I made a reading about that, and you can watch it right here. Thank you so much, lovelies.